Hi, Sir Joel.
Hi. I just, I just came from the DOT talk. Okay.
It's 11 o'clock.
We started the live streaming, sir. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, we should.
RD is here. Okay.
Hi, RD. RD Art. Hello.
Yes, hello. Good morning, RDR.
Hi, RD. Galing lang po ako sa sa DOT. Tinutulungan din po natin. Exciting. Thank you po for inviting us, RD Art.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Joel.
Okay. Sige po, we'll start na.
welcome us to this event and to orient us about the Heroes 2021 program. Let us all welcome the President and Co-founder of Thames International, Mr. Joel Santos.
Good afternoon, Region 10. Thank you for having us today. My second time to present to the group. Thank you, RD Art, Bayokot, for again inviting us. So I'll just give a short introduction and then give it all to the next speakers. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so I'd like to welcome you to the orientation of Heroes 2021, which stands for Help Educators Rise to Online Education for this school year, 2021. And this is made possible because of our partners, UnionBank, City Savings, UBP Accelerator, and Philstar Global. So I'd like to give a little bit of a background. So this is, when we are looking at online learning, we always think that, oh, temporary lang yan. But actually, online learning has been used as a disaster resiliency solution by most countries. Nung nagka-SARS po, lipat sila sa online. Nung nagkakaroon ng sunog sa Australia, lipat sila online. And the same with California. Because disasters happen worldwide, but education should not stop. And hence, online learning has been one of the solutions. So this is a rapid training program to really make online learning available to all of our DepEd teachers and to make them capable. So a little bit about us. We are the Thames International is the country's first international college. That means po our degrees comes from the Philippines, UK, Australia, and Singapore. So you choose where you want to graduate. We started first with the UK through a partnership with the University of Cambridge, but then we moved to Australia and Singapore, and then now we also give a Philippine degree. We give a Philippine degree also because we're now accredited by the Commission of Higher Education, DepEd. We have a senior high school, and we are a NAEAP accredited institutions, and your programs will also be, that you will go through with us, are also accredited programs of NAEAP. On the DTI side, we are the partner in terms of training micro and small enterprises how to go to e-commerce. Alam niyo po, nung nagpandemya, pag wala kayo sa e-commerce, siguradong sarado ang negosyo nyo. And that's why we have been training about 10,000 micro and small businesses how to migrate to e-commerce. When the pandemic started, our first ones to support was the Legal Education Board. We trained 1,200 law professors all over the country. And we are the training partner of the British Council for Creative Industries. So the task, Thames has been doing online learning since 2018, but the task to help out and work with DepEd is so big that we had to have two partners, EduRescue, which is an emergency response for teachers, Akadasia Singapore, who's represented here today by the country manager and co-founder Roy Platon, and the CEO co-founder Nilesh Bhatia, who will talk about the Singapore programs that they will bring to the Philippines. So this course is a unique training course. Hindi po siya webinar. It is an actual course where you will now feel what it is to be an online student. One cannot be a good online teacher if one doesn't feel how it is to be an online student. And this, you will go through this. You'll have synchronous, self-paced, and live sessions or synchronous. And you will also have assessments. Diba? Pag estudyante, if you're a student, you have to have assessments. So all of us are going to go through that. You'll get certificates from Singapore. It's a full course. So don't worry. The tests and the exams are not made for you to fail, but it's just a test of knowledge. But at least you go through the experience of having your own assessment. So to date, as I mentioned, we've trained 1,200 law educators from 126 law schools all over the country. Lahat po sila dumaan sa Heroes 2021. To date, we've trained about 75,000 public school teachers from the National Capital Region, Bicol, and Calabar Zone. We're hoping that we can start with Region 10 soon. Ang nangyari po, medyo slow start, pero ngayon sabay-sabay na po yung mga regions. Inahabol nila before the school year ends and they've been trained. Because our target really is 500,000. Malayo pa po tayo sa target, but we're going closer to that, especially when DepEd Region 10 follows suit. And we at least want 100,000 to have Singapore certifications. Okay. So, ito po yung available courses. One is free. The course one, because of UnionBank City Savings and UBPay Accelerator, because of our sponsors, we're able to give course one for free. And then the second course naman po is subsidized via a grant from Singapore. So the first course that's free is Introduction to Online Teaching, which everybody can avail of. It's a Thames Akadasia course. And the subsidized course naman po is Creating Your First Online Course. This is NAEP accredited. It is originally 3,500, but because we got a grant, 500 pesos na lang po. Unfortunately, the Singapore grants always require a contribution. Dapat raw may padugo rin yung teacher. So that's how Singapore grants work out to be. So, but please remember this as Singapore certificate. So I will have Roy and Nilesh talk about the course more. But what we'd like to say is that we can actually also tailor fit, as each region works with us, we tailor fit courses needed. So for example, the Bicol region wanted us, aside from online, to focus on modular delivery, printed radio and TV. NCR, we're now adding e-commerce training because they want to pilot a tech VOC for senior high school for e-commerce. So we can tailor fit all of these programs to your region. So, yan po is my short introduction, and then we're really looking forward to working with Region 10. Thank you, RD Art, for having us here today.
Thank you, Sir Joel, for introducing the Heroes 2021 program to us. Now that we know more about Heroes 2021, let's hear from our very own RD Art, who has been supportive in letting us launch Heroes 2021 in Region 10.
Good morning to our partners. Good morning to Sir Joel and to the rest who are actually in this platform, and to the thousands of teachers who are viewing right now through our live Facebook live streaming. We are very happy for this partnership. We are close to reality already. We already had issued a memo, and we have given number of teacher slots per division to make sure that we will be able to get the majority, if not all, of our teachers. There are 39,000 plus teachers in the region, and we have broken it down into 3 batches for the information of Sir Joel. And each batch will constitute around a big number of teachers. And we have equitably distributed this according to batches, covering the 9 cities and 5 provinces of the whole region. We are very happy for the partnership, and I think this is really very important, as overemphasized by Director Joel. Remember that teachers who are listening right now, again, even if we are hoping that we go back to the face-to-face, it will never be the same. I mean, it will never be the usual conventional where all of our students are in school Monday to Friday, June to March. If you look at the calendar of activities, there's even a big change that we have to adapt and adjust. But even, of course, the delivery. Our Secretary, Leonor Magtolis Briones, has emphasized time after time in our national mancoms to really transition from the printed modular approach, from the printed module type of teaching and learning through technology-assisted instruction. And this is already a very timely partnership with Thames International and the rest of the funding sponsors for making it happen for Region 10. For the teachers who are listening right now, these have been already delivered in the DepEd National Capital Region and Calabarzon. And we're happy that we are accommodated. And I think the first strand will be in March. First, second, and third will be in the whole month of March. You just have to watch out for the schedule. But our responsibility right now is to register ourselves through that online link that they're giving us, because only those who are registered can avail. Remember, this is free. This is free, but again, as emphasized by Sir Joel, because of partner institutions like the Union City Savings Bank and the rest. So this is supposed to be a quite expensive kind of course, but this has been given free to all public school teachers, especially in Region 10, because of the sponsors. No? And even in the course too, there was mention about 500 as a counterpart of the teacher participants for you to be able also to get that Singapore-based kind of certificate. And of course, learn the skills that are hoped to be honed in the course. We are even contemplating to charge it against our school MOOE. Our partnership focal person in the regional office also tries to connect with other funding institutions. Matter of fact, I will be presenting this in our regional development full council meeting to also get partners to be able to fund for the 500 peso per teacher participant. But in case this will not be funded, we can always issue a regional memo encouraging, well, requiring school principals to charge it against MOOE, or even in the special education fund at LGU as part of professional development opportunities for our teachers. Um, Even if again, as I go back to my point earlier, we really have to know the craft of becoming a teacher of the 21st century skill, of the 21st century, and technology is really non-negotiable element. In teaching through technology, as the secretary would like to really get the whole department transition from the printed module to technology assisted instruction, this is hoped to really improve the engagement of our teaching and learning. I think we agree that the technology, once integrated into lessons, students are expected to be more interested in the subjects they are studying. But we have to experience it all by ourselves first. As Sir Joel said, that we cannot be a an online, an effective online teacher if we cannot experience how to be an online student. We also have the belief that once the technology teaching and learning is put into place, then it could improve the knowledge retention of our students. No, different forms of technology can be used to experiment with and decide what works best for students in terms of retaining their knowledge. The more that they're interested, the more that they will practice, and the more that they can master, and the more that they will retain the knowledge embraced. No? And then we also believe that it will encourage even individual learning. We know that our students learn in different variations, in different degrees in terms of pacing, so that if one learns faster than the other, then this kind of training or this kind of teaching and learning eventually will give so much independence, and will give the students the liberty to study on their own pacing and even in their learning styles. We have known for a fact that there are visual, there are tactile, there are audio kind of learners, and then these are actually embraced in the technology teaching and learning, especially when we become masters of it in terms of designing our lessons the way it should be, no, using technology. And I don't believe that even the teachers who, well, I was a product of a curriculum in college which did not have even a single unit in typing. How much more with technology? During our time, there was no computer, there was even no cell phones, but we were able to get into it. And I think even the oldest teacher right now, in terms of age and length of service experience, is still able to use cell phone and probably maximize the features of the phone. And it's not really a reason that because you have been a product of an old curriculum which did not introduce technology, you cannot learn it by yourselves. No? And it is never too late to learn because we have to be at par with the demands of time. So teachers, regardless of your length of service, we invite you all to join us, especially that this is for free. And we have given already the policy cover of that invitation to all of you to join. Remember that students can learn useful life skills through technology. And we have to take a look at how we also do that as online students. Uh, there's a lot of benefits for our teachers once this gets into place. No? With the countless online resources, technology can improve, of course, help improve our teaching. And realizing now that I think the two major concerns that beset our teachers right now, even us, really feel the same way, is monitoring the progress of our students studying from home. And of course, how do we validate learning? We cannot jump into just believing the results of the modules returned weekly that they are learning, because we don't know whether the responses are just done by the students for the sake of, or just went into the keto correction that are embedded in the modules. Probably somebody has answered it, but the students. So with these problems right now on progress monitoring and validation of learning, this exempts our students studying online, because there's interaction. The student can clarify, and then the teacher can confirm right at the time, no? Real time, for the synchronous or even for those studying asynchronously. No? So it is really right for the secretary to push us into transitioning from the printed module to technology driven. And this is a major milestone, a partnership program with Thames International and of Department of Education to be able to give this to all our teachers. No one will be denied if it just have to have your commitment and dedication. And we invite you to listen more on the details of the program. Especially, I'm sure teachers will ask, how long will this run? For course one, how many hours will it be needed? And probably the requirements, or in the assessment that you will subject yourself, what happens if you pass or fail? No? Things like that. You can ask questions as we officially launch uh, Heroes 2021 in Region 10 today and now. Marami pong salamat, Thames International, and to all the funding institutions that make these things happen for the teachers of the Department of Education Northern Mindanao. Marami pong salamat sa inyo.
Thank you, RD. Actually, your words are actually, aside from inspiring, actually, sobra pong practical ng approach. Kasi, you know what, when you're sharing, the oldest professor we trained to go online is 62 years old. Tinalo pa po niya yung 40-year-old ko na tech savvy. Kasi, ang naging difference po, the willingness of the 62-year-old to learn. While the other one said, hindi, gusto ko laging face-to-face. I'm a professor to teach right in front of a class. Di ba? I don't want to teach in front of a computer. So willingness to learn po talaga is the biggest factor. Because you'll see with the Akadasia course, it was really made for first-timers. Because all of us are forced to learn this thing in a very short span of time. So when Roy or Neil talks about the Akadasia course from Singapore, it is really made for first-timers. And all of the Thames lecturers po, Singapore certified. So it's only because of a partnership now with Akadasia. So that's why we also brought Akadasia to the Philippines with a grant. So thank you po for and you know what, we really look forward, Ardina, aside from online learning, anywhere we and our partners, UnionBank, City Savings, and any other corporate partners we can bring, mag-tailor fit po tayo ng solutions for the region. Kasi iba-iba naman po, di ba? Pero pwede po to, simula, eto muna, same for everybody. But then after that, pwede po tayo maghanap ng mga tailor-fitted solutions that you think is more appropriate. Kasi ganun naman po, customized. So we're here po for the long term, hindi lang ngayon during the pandemic. So looking forward po, RD. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Sir Joel, and thank you again, Sir RD Art, for your immense support for our program and also for your forward thinking and open mindset when it comes to the future of our education here in the country. By now, our teachers are excited to know more about online education and the courses that they will take. So without further ado, may we call on Mr. Nilesh Bhatia, the president and co-founder of Akadasia Singapore.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you, RD Art. Thank you, Joel, and thank you, Paula, for your continued support and partnership with Akadasia. We're really very happy and excited to be here today. And let me share my screen. And I'm basically going to very quickly run you through the philosophy of how we actually approach CPD programs for teachers. So continuous professional development programs, or CPD, is an ongoing process of developing, maintaining, and documenting one's professional skills. And more so now than ever before, CPD programs will allow teachers to constantly find new ways to improve the quality of teaching. This is very important, especially since it is a given that nowadays teachers must be lifelong learners themselves, first, if they are to set an example of their students to follow. It is important not just because we are in the midst of a pandemic, but even thereafter. The future of work requires all of us to be lifelong learners, else we risk being left behind when it comes to finding employment opportunities in the future. Up until now, CPD programs are being offered to teachers as webinars, just like this. But webinars are good for general basic information, but when it comes to the communication, they're generally unidirectional and do not really provide hands-on interaction with the material, and may also not have too many opportunities for a good two-way discussion between the speaker and the participants. The other option available to teachers has always been workshops. Traditionally, these have been organized by the school, and the teachers don't really have too much of a say in which program they would like to attend and which they would prefer to skip. Though workshops tend to be more interactive than webinars and allow for quality interactions between the attendee and the facilitator, they tend to be expensive and run on a fixed schedule, meaning if you're not available on that day or time, you can't attend the workshop. Finally, once the workshop ends, there is no real cost-effective way to seek the advice of the facilitator again. As you can see, the professional development model needs improvement. As such, I would like to introduce a conceptual framework which can be used by teachers to plan out PD learning. School administrators can also use this as a compass to plan out their annual PD learning activities on campus. This framework features 5 pillars for professional learning built on the foundation of trust and reaching toward teacher impact, which is so very critical for us. Establishing trust with teachers is the most important first step. Trust the teachers and give them the freedom to choose the problems of practice they wanted to explore. Teachers need to be provided with continuous feedback, which will result in teachers feeling more comfortable taking risks and being innovative. Teachers also need to be consistent with learning goals and need to be guided in framing their problems of practice. These goals can drive community building, teacher reflections, coaching models, and professional development plans. Adult learning theory asserts that in an ecosystem of trust, teachers are willing to expose their challenges, mistakes, and questions, as well as their hopes, strengths, and successes, and be comfortable discussing all of these with their colleagues. This should be encouraged amongst teachers. Teachers should designate time for professional learning each week and should structure a purposeful collaboration between colleagues around shared areas of challenge. Ultimately, professional development should be intrinsically motivating. When people are operating in conditions of high trust, collaboration, and effective leadership, they are more willing to innovate and take risks. Though teachers might feel that failing is counterintuitive to their professional, still, it is important to encourage our teachers to take instructional risks. Teachers need to be given the time and liberty to experiment, analyze results, regroup, and try again. The goal should be to balance autonomy with support, thus encouraging teachers to expand beyond their comfort zone. Ultimately, professional development should not happen to teachers as an audience. Rather, it should be driven by their interests and expertise as professionals. In addition, staff development should not be accomplished within a short period of time. Rather, it should be a sustained effort toward progress in becoming more versatile and well-equipped to handle instructional dilemmas. Professional learning should be transformed into a shared culture that unfolds daily throughout a year-long process, personalized according to the interest pursued in the company of peers and supported by the administration. With this philosophy and framework firmly in place, we at Akadasia have developed our courses on a platform called Freeju. It is the largest online community of teachers in Asia, with more than 50,000 teachers on the platform already. Freeju is designed on the foundation of professional development learning framework, which mirrors our mission, which is to empower educators everywhere. Here, teachers can access a variety of CPD programs and learn at their own time and own pace. Moreover, they learn by doing, as that the platform has all the tools needed to design engaging lessons. The teachers can learn on their own or as part of a larger group, and the courses are currently available in English, Bahasa Indonesia, Hindi, and Mongolian, with more languages to be added soon. And I would now like to invite my country manager and my co-founder, Roy, to share a little bit more about the two specific courses that we have for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neil. That's Neil, our CEO from Singapore Live. Magandang hapon po. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I'm Roy Platon. I am the country manager and co-founder of Akadasia. I'm based in Manila. Sana po everyone is doing fine this morning. What I'd like to present to you now is at least what kind of courses you'll be actually taking as part of the Heroes 2021 program. Again, it's two parts or two phases. The first phase is the free course, which is Introduction to Online Teaching. And the second part is creating your first online course where you actually apply the learnings, and that is highly subsidized thanks to our sponsors. So let me share my screen so that you can observe and see what the course contents actually look like. So let me just move some windows around. Okay, so I'll first introduce you to creating your first Introduction to Online Teaching. Okay, pardon my internet's just a little bit slow. And this is how happens typically wherever we go. So it's good to have at least your courses online so that you can actually load these as quickly as possible and then make them available anytime the student actually needs it. Okay, let me just adjust some windows here a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'll show you the course now. All right, so this is our typical course for Introduction to Online Teaching. And we'll view it from the student side or the learner side so that you can actually see what the course contents are about. So here, we actually have the contents here. Again, pardon, my internet is quite slow. All of a sudden, a while ago, this was much quicker. So we start with of course, a welcome message, and there's a briefing on the different types of course requirements and details. We'll introduce you to the course team. There's also the modes of instruction. Typically, you will use two tools. So one is obviously the Freeju platform, where you can access the course materials. And then we will communicate with you via our chat system that we use is Slack. Okay, so Slack is similar to, let's say, like a super-powered Viber or super-powered Facebook Messenger, but this is where most of the communication happens. So you can chat with us directly here. But you will be invited to create a course here. You create an account here on Freeju so that you can access the course materials. And then once you're in, you will see that, okay, this is the free course Introduction to Online Teaching. We have three main modules, which is the pedagogy. So we discuss the actual contents of the course, which is what is the theory behind distance education, online education, and of course, transitioning that to a hybrid or a blended model where you combine different tools, not just those that were used, let's say, in the classroom, but bringing those in a more effective manner in a hybrid framework. And then after, we also introduced to you the different technologies available, which is the learning management systems. You might be familiar with some of already learning management systems, but what we're saying here in our course is it really doesn't matter what tools you're using. The more important use is the actual teacher that is maximizing the use of the tools. So we introduce all these different tools to you, as well as the communication systems, because we have to be aware of, let's say, what are the capabilities of the different tools. So maybe there is collaboration tools and whatnot. So there are sample videos, etc. And then, of course, after looking at the technology and what it's able to do, applying this to the pedagogy and theory, then we have the recommendations. So, for example, it's very important that we also have, similar to, let's say, good manners and right conduct in the classroom, we also have internet etiquette or netiquette. So we have a handout here that you can download and actually use that for your own courses. We also have unlearn and relearn, do's and don'ts. So this is actually quite a comprehensive uh, outlook as to the contents of the free course. Okay, and this is what you'll be doing. And of course, there's an online assessment to complete the actual course material. So this is just the introduction and the theory. But after that, you'll be invited to actually apply the learning. And this is phase 2, where you actually go into the course and actually try it out yourselves. Para lang ho tayong, let's say, nagbibisikleta or lumalangoy for the first time, we actually have to be able to apply our learning. So after that free course, which is the basic theory, then we have to apply. Okay, so here we have the actual contents of the course where you actually are going to build the actual course materials. So here we have 2 modules for this course, which is create, understand, and prepare. So here you have your lesson plan outline. And then secondly, you will actually build the course, and all the tutorial videos here are available. Again, you have to create your own course, and you'll be guided using the FreeJu platform. To join our program here, there will be an onboarding instructions PDF. Okay, so that will be provided and that will be given to you so that you can actually see how you actually onboard in the classroom. Okay, so make sure that when you're logging in, you have to be able to receive this PDF that will be given to you. Yan po. All right, so we have a PDF instructions here. This will be emailed to all the participating teachers and members. Okay, so this introduction PDF is included so that you will actually see how, again, pardon the technical difficulties, my computer is slowing down quite a lot. Okay, here we go. All right, so here you will receive these onboarding instructions. So when you create your FreeJu account, remember that you will be sent an email inviting you to register for the free course. So when you receive this email, click on it. Make sure to check your spam folders kasi minsan po doon na pupunta yung email. Or you can search for the sender, which is notifications@freeju.com. Then when you see that email address, just click on it to create your FreeJu account. Once you create your FreeJu account, then you'll see, okay, sir, I already created my account, but there are no courses available. Look at the right-hand side and you'll see that there's an activation step that needs to happen just to confirm that this is indeed your account. So go back to your inbox, click on the activation email, which will be looking like this. Click on that link. You'll come back to FreeJu Success, and when you sign in, you should see your courses. Okay, so when you see your courses here, then you can actually start viewing the course materials and going through the webinars. So this is not just a webinar, by the way. So we have live sessions, pero meron rin tayong course work. So it's a combination so that you can experience what it's like to really be an online learner, and you can apply this to your own teaching when you enroll your own students. So this is how you will onboard into the free Jew course. All right, so that's it for my presentation. We can move on now to the next portion of the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Roy, for discussing the two courses that our teachers will be able to take through the Heroes 2021 program. And thank you as well to Sir Nilesh for talking about the importance of continuing education for our teachers. Now we'll hear from our partners who have made this program possible. First, we'll hear from Ms. Paula Ruelan, the Assistant Vice President for Reputation and Brand Management of City Savings Bank.
Hello and good morning, everyone. I hope my audio is clear. Thank you, DepEd Region 10. Thank you, RD Art, for giving us the opportunity to be part of this morning's ceremony. People working together in a strong community with a shared goal and a common purpose can make the impossible possible. City savings, corporate social responsibility initiatives have always been focused on various multi-intervention programs to help our public schools in the Philippines with the goal that collectively we can build a better future for the next generation. When COVID happened, I realized that every crisis has unexpected problems, but there is also unexpected opportunity in every crisis. So, with this frame of mind and this thinking and the shift to digital and contactless models, we are one with DepEd in providing the tools needed to propel our educator skills in providing effective digital learning. Nilish mentioned about having this platform where teachers don't need to fear failure, okay? But they can have the opportunity to be more innovative and be more consistent in terms of leveling up their teaching skills. So I remember Roy in one of our talks, he also mentioned that we need to unlearn, relearn, and learn something new. And this again starts by acknowledging that what can we do better as teachers and as your partners in making sure that we move forward and that we will be able to help our students, our youth to get through this pandemic together. So City Savings Bank strengthens its partnership engagement with the Department of Education to ensure learning continues amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. The bank actively supports DepEd's learning continuity plan through Heroes 2021 to ensure that teachers continue to upgrade their online teaching skills as they continue their journey in this VUCA world. Thank you, Thames International School, Edu Rescue Philippines, Akadasia Singapore, and of course, our co-sponsor and parent bank, UnionBank of the Philippines. It is an honor to partner with all of you in this advocacy. By providing our educators with the skills and tools with this program, we hope that together we can make education possible beyond the classroom walls. Thank you all for being here today. Mabuhay tayong lahat. God bless everyone.
Thank you, Ma'am Paula and City Savings Bank for supporting the continuing education of our teachers and also therefore the education of our young Filipinos. To also give some words is another sponsor and partner of ours. We will have Miss Milch Fidelis, the Employee Relations Manager of Union Bank Philippines, and also one of our volunteers for the Heroes 2021 program.
Good morning, everyone. So, maayong buntag Region 10 teachers. So, welcome to Heroes 2021. Thank you for being with us here today, and we really admire your passion for learning and teaching. We are all here to help you unlock your digital capabilities for greater opportunities, not just for you, our dear teachers, but for all the Filipino students. So, Union Bank pursues strategic corporate social responsibility or CSR partnerships with organizations and institutions that align with our advocacy and innovation. So this is geared towards bringing to life our group purpose of co-creating innovations for a better world. So we have the purpose of reaching out to and building communities, and we also aim to create a positive impact on the community through our various programs and products that are customer centric. So through the CSR campaign in the time of pandemic, so we partnered with the Department of Education, Thames International School Akadasia and EduRescue. And it's really a joint initiative to provide not only financial assistance, but also free learning modules designed to build the soft digital skills of the teachers. We also thank our partners, DepEd, Thames International Edu Rescue, together with CSB, for this opportunity for us to give back to the communities and to ensure that no one will be left behind. The heart of our CSR beats for people, profit, and planet. So you, our dear teachers, are the epitome of a true hero in this digital era and amid the pandemic. You've been braving the unique challenges brought about by the pandemic through your agility and resiliency. We believe that you will continuously have a significant impact to the lives of many. Your impact will ebb towards and will be far reaching. The future DepEd officials, thousands and millions of professional individuals will be raised and educated by you, our dear teachers. So in today's digital age, digital capabilities are truly a prerequisite to the transformation of our nations and our economy. We are here to help you integrate technology seamlessly into the curriculum, and we will equip you with the right technology and tools that will help you enhance education and make it more fun and engaging for students. So after the course, we know that you will be able to further craft the lesson materials with appropriate interactive elements and enhance the experience of students. You, our dear teachers, are also our inspiration. Great teachers inspire us students to become better students, best teachers like you, and a better person. So may you continue to show your passion for what you love to do, learning and teaching. Thank you, everyone. Daghang salamat.
Thank you, Ma'am Melch and Union Bank of the Philippines for your continued faith in our teachers in this pandemic. Uh, to close our lunch, we'd like to call on Sir Joel Santos and RD Art Bayoko to give their final words.
I think on our part, we're really here and we're looking forward to when we can launch it. What's the timing that we're looking at?
March 1 to 15, sir.
So we'll have capacity na for March 1 to 15. Okay. RD, so ano po yan? We're gonna do everything to get Region 10 started kasi nga the other regions are also trying to insert pero priority po kayo. So we hope that the teachers will be able to come on board. Kasi nga, if we miss the slot, the other regions na are nakapila. So, but we prioritize you po kasi matagal na po tayo nag-uusap. So, we look forward to get it done within the first 2 weeks of March.
Joel, can I clarify things, no? Because when I talk to my focal person, the registration online shall be done for both courses 1 and 2 together. Because I understand those who will finish course 1 will proceed to course 2. But there is already a schedule even for the registration of course 2. How is that?
Yes. Lay, can you clarify that? What we try to do po kasi is to have everybody registered na.
For
Kasi
both courses?
para then they can choose to, if they don't want to proceed, then they don't. At least they're registered na because the bottleneck has always been the registration. So we try to do a mass registration right away. So it also makes it easy for the teacher.
Yeah, okay, that's good because you are already accommodating early registration for course 2 even if they are still to take course 1. So that's what we would like to emphasize. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, with that, yan po, we'll proceed. Tama-tama. Chinese New Year, Kong Wei Fat Choi, bagong year, bagong training. You know. So, on behalf of Thames International, our partners, our learning partner Akadasia, and our sponsors, City Savings and Union Bank. Thank you very much for having us all to be part of your learning journey. Diba? And we look forward to a better normal for the education industry. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. On behalf of DepEd 10, marami pong salamat sa inyo.
Thank you, RD Art.